Instead of fallen angel, fought the devil, won the fight but lost the battle. Rose up from the gravel, now the thorns outnumber all the petals. Awful levels to this game, often get in disarray. Please don't get too close to me, I'm just here to entertain. Wait up in my duffel bit, making me fuck up a bit. Cover up with substances, it's buried pain dug up again. Comfort in the rugged sin, bugs crawling under the skin. I'm stuck up in the muddy ditch, don't think I'm getting out this shit alive. I promise that I'm fine, but I lied. I done did that shit 1,000 other times. I've been grounded with the pride, OCD about to fly. Look the devil in the eyes, tell him maybe this my time. Guess that
And what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the 53rd episode of the Hot Takes podcast. I'm your host, Frank McKnight, and tonight we're doing another spotlight interview. We first had Samanthi on, then we had Charlie Wolf, and now we're here with another member of the OCD music group, Steve Mancino, otherwise known as Cinoevil.
Hey.
How we doing, my man?
We're doing.
Despite all the crazy stuff going on in this world, we're all hanging in there.
Yeah. Life is good.
100%. Now, we were talking about just before that you are working during the whole coronavirus and everything like that.
Yep.
So has it made work harder for you? Has it made it easier for you? What would you say?
It's made work harder. It's made it a bit of a bitch.
Yeah.
Honestly, mainly because I work at a rehab. What I gotta do is I have to bring like clients to like AA meetings and shit like that. And they shut down all the meetings. So there's like nowhere to bring them to. You know.
Yeah.
The closest place is like 40 minutes away, 45 minutes away. So it's like.
And you're driving all the way over there?
Yeah, I drive them.
I guess you
there
got
and
it.
back. So that's the only real thing that's been impacted. Other than that, like my actual life has been perfectly normal. You know.
Yeah.
I've worked through the whole thing.
Okay.
Except for like 1 week where I thought I had it, but it was just an upper respiratory infection, and then I was back. You know.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
When it first started. I was worried about my mom because she has like some stuff going on with her. So I stopped working at the liquor store for like a good 3 months. And while that was happening, I was just doing all my like creative stuff kind of deal. So when lockdown was like lockdown,
yeah.
I was kind of having the time of my life kind of deal, like creating and shit like that. Like I was having a good time. Now I'm a little bit over it. Do you think we're going to get into another lockdown again with cases rising and stuff like that?
I fucking hope not. But then again, like, I don't know, because like you were saying, with you having like the most creative time, that was me, because that was when lockdown happened and I thought that I was getting sick and shit. I stayed locked in my room for like a whole week, and during that time was when I got hit up by Kezi, the guy who I made the album with.
Yes.
And he sent me fucking mad beats, and that's when we started making the album. Mm-hmm. So it was like, okay, I had something to do during then, and then we wound up cooking up an album in like a few months, and it was like fucking crazy, you know? So I don't want another lockdown to happen, but the last time it did, it turned into something pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I just try to find the best, like the good in shit, you know what I mean?
100%.
Because what the fuck else am I going to do? I can't control anything.
Right, especially this. Until like, hopefully a vaccine that works well and isn't giving people other problems, we could get a hand on it. But you're absolutely right. You got to make the best of what you got for the most part. So, yeah, the album that you came out with, Wounded Healer, correct? Yeah. I was listening to some of it last night, and I also checked it out when you first came out with it, and I thought it came out excellent.
Appreciate it.
KZ Beats, I'm saying that right? Kezi Beats.
Yeah.
I thought the beats on it were so professional on it as well. You're singing, not even just rapping, but singing parts of it too. I enjoyed.
Thank you.
Yeah, I thought it came out very well. So you're saying that only took a couple of months to make?
Yeah, we started that because I dropped my first album in March, and then that as soon as I dropped that, everything got shut down, and I was like, fuck. Now I have to make another album.
Yeah, right.
So I did, and then that was we started that March, April, May, June. Probably we started that probably like August.
Okay.
And then finished it in we started it probably in May and finished it in August.
Okay.
So like 3 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you must have been working your ass off on it, especially with like the time that you had and everything like that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, obviously you're still working, but wow, 3 months. That's impressive.
It was crazy because usually the fucking like the most insane part about the whole thing is the fact that like I usually don't even give, like, not to be an asshole, but like I get so many messages from like a bunch of producers trying to sell me their beats all the time that I usually don't even fucking look at them.
Yeah.
But when for whatever reason I saw Kezzy's shit come through, I was like, he had pretty much like no followers, you know, like he has like 600 followers. I was like, oh, okay, he's actually hustling, trying to fucking get his shit. So I was like, let me give him a chance. He said it was like 5 beats for $30 too. So I was like, that's a fucking steal.
Yeah.
So I sent it to him and I was like, let's see what happens. So he sent me 5 of the sickest beats I've ever heard in my life back, and I knew like this kid is gonna be a fucking gem. you know? So with that, we made the first track that we made together was Bronco, and then that's when we realized we needed to make a whole album. That's when we like, oh, all right, we need to take this and fucking make a project out of it.
Yes.
And that's where we. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Would you say he's a strong connection for you now as well?
Yeah. He's the only producer I want to fucking work with other than Danny.
Right.
That's pretty much it. It's just him and Samanti. If I don't make it, which I don't because my computer's shitty right now, so like it crashes on me,
Yeah. The first album that you put out, who was producing those tracks?
That was a bunch of random people.
I was just buying
beats on, like, I would find beats and then buy it off of a bunch of people online. One of them, I think it was just one of them. One of them was made by Danny.
Okay.
Monty. But other than that, I think everything was just random fucking people online.
Gotcha. Out of all the people in ECD, EDC, no. Out of all the people of OCD, do you believe Samanti is the one you work most with, or you work close with?
I'm at his house every single day working on something, like at some point during the day.
Yeah.
My hours are fucked at work too, so I get out of work at at midnight, and then I'll go straight to Danny's and we'll work until I fucking start nodding out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I'll go home.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I work closest with Dan now. Yeah, that's pretty much it. More than anybody, for sure.
When you do get a better computer, do you plan on producing your own tracks?
Absolutely.
Have you done that before?
Yeah, I did it on a couple of them. One of them was actually called Tired. I did it on there. And that was, I think, might have been the last one that I did, because ever since even making that, it just kept shitting out on me. I was just like, fuck this. I don't even like making beats anymore.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? So I'll just leave that up to Dan. That was my mindset. I'm just going to write,
Yeah. Dan is a great musician as well. I
crazy.
Yeah, I think he's great. The fact that he produces most, if not all, of his tracks is amazing to me. Yeah. And him helping out you guys too with tracks and whatnot is amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been doing it all. Like, he's doing what I was doing.
Yeah.
Fucking, like a couple of years ago. Like, because at one point it was just everybody was coming over to my house and like we were all making shit at my house, you know what I mean? Like cooking up. But then Dan got he wound up hustling and fucking building this crazy ass studio in his room, and we were like all going there now.
Yeah.
It's like sick.
The new spot, yeah.
Yeah, it's the spot. So that's where. So just to see Dan do it in all, it's like really appreciated. Obviously, like I still record and edit my own shit for the most part. On some things, I'll have Dan do it, but for that, and Wolf records that with me, like pretty much strictly. Like he doesn't go towards with anybody else.
Okay.
Just mainly out of just convenience, Yeah. Because I pick them up and stuff. But for everybody else, like Dole and Camo and all of them, Danny is editing and recording and everything, making beats for them, making beats for me.
Yeah.
Everyone. So to see him do his shit all while making his own album is fucking crazy.
Right.
I mean, this. I don't know if you listen to
Paperboy. Oh, Paperboy. I listened to. I didn't listen to all of Pigeon Man. Yeah.
Yeah. No, from start to finish though, he created everything from the beat to fucking everything. He recorded it at his house. He edited it, mastered it, mixed it, put it out.
Beautiful.
The only thing he didn't do was the cover art.
That's what I was going to ask.
That was the only thing he didn't do. That was done by Alex Babjack.
Well, Samanthi definitely had to have some sort of influence towards that too, because I saw the established. It said 1995 or 1996 on there. I guess the date he was born or something like that. Yeah. Right. So, wow, it's amazing. Honestly, that is amazing.
Yeah, the kid's fucking insane. He's nuts. And then Wolf just put a project out too.
Right, his EP, right?
Yeah, on Friday the 13th he put it out.
Awesome.
So
that fits him.
Yeah, that's why it was a bitch to get it out, because he wanted it on that date. But that was fucking hell, like, to make that, because I was like, me and him were working on it together.
Yeah.
But we fucking did it, and it's out, and it's fire, and I'm proud of him, because that's like the fucking first project that he's actually like fully happy with and everything, so it's cool to see, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Awesome. More on OCD. I remember Charlie Wolf, he was telling me that it was really you, him, and someone else. I brought up his name just before. Oh, Lead.
Oh, yeah.
Who really started you guys up as like a group, right? As OCD?
Pretty much. Like, yeah. It was, well, originally it was, it was us, and then we had, when we were coming up with the name for this shit, we were still working with Vero. I don't know if you...
Yeah, Vero, yes.
Vero. Yeah, so it was me, Wolf, and Vero, and Andrew Lead, and all of us kind of like trying to figure out the name for it and shit, and that's where we all kind of cooked up OCD from there. That was like in a group chat fucking way back. I think Vero might have been the one to even suggest it,
Okay.
And now he's not even part of the group, but...
He went to go do his own thing musically, right?
Yeah, he's fucking doing his own thing. He's killing it, though, from what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
So,
Awesome. Very cool.
Freehold things.
Freehold things, yeah. No, it's awesome. That's why I love having you guys on here, because, like, just the fact that you guys do have a group like that. Like, obviously, you're putting out your own stuff and, like, promoting... you as yourself being a rapper and singer and whatnot. I think it's amazing that you have that group to help support each other and to make beats for each other. And I remember Zach was saying, saying that you were telling him to rap this certain way or that certain way to help him out and stuff like that. So all that sort of little advice even is awesome. It's great. Now, I want to get more into you now.
Yeah.
So, when did you, start rapping? When did you know that you wanted to start rapping?
I was young. I was, real young. I got in trouble I wrote my first rap when I was in 4th grade, and I got in trouble for it because I was, rapping to my 4th grade homies.
Yeah.
At the lunchroom.
Yeah.
And the lunch lady fucking overheard, and it was fucking...
So it had to be explicit.
Yeah, it was dirty.
It was dirty.
I didn't know what the fuck it was called. Middle fingers. I was 4th grade. I didn't know what the fuck it was called, and so they brought me to the fucking principal's office, and I had this big chain on and shit. I thought I was fucking somebody. I I knew what I wanted to do from when I was young, and it's just trying to convince a predominantly white town
right
that you're gonna be a rapper and not Eminem is fucking a tough thing to do.
I could see you in the principal's office, and the principal just being like, "You're in a lot of trouble, son, but you got some bars." Were there any, when you realized you wanted to do this, was it because you were influenced by other rappers or musicians out there?
Well, when I mean, other than like people like Tupac and like famous rappers, you know, when we first started up, it was me, Kyle Smolin, and Eric Nelson.
Yeah.
We were doing our thing with I Am Legacy, but that was like the only time that I felt connected to something to really put it into full drive. You know what I mean? Because I've had like somebody else to do it with. So forever, up until then, I was writing and rapping and fucking doing all that shit like behind closed doors. You know, nobody really knew about it other than like my boy Rob. You know, Rob Sparpani. He was the only one that knew that I was like trying to do something with it. He was actually the first person I recorded with. We made a shit song called Got My Cash. And it was fucking terrible. It was in 6th grade. And you know, Rob, the reason we did that was because we were watching Robin Big, and we were like bored one day, and we were like, fuck it, let's just make a song, you know?
Yeah.
Because they did it on Robin Big. And he wound up seeing it and was like, this is fucking terrible. And I was like, oh, we could do something with this, you know what I mean? And I wound up wanting to take it farther, and he stopped and you know, fucked off and went and did his own thing.
Right.
But you know, it's just crazy to backtrack and see how fucking far back it went, you know?
Yeah.
And like where it progressed. But when I started linking up with me, Kyle, and Eric were making our own fucking thing with I Am Legacy, that's when we fucking realized that we wanted to do that with our life, because we did I think it was like an 8th grade talent show or some shit. Like, I don't remember what it was, but I remember performing at that, and we did a remix to Airplanes by B.O.B. And we performed there, and it was like our first time performing, and like my family didn't know that I rapped ever, but they were there because they knew I was doing something. So it was like a big moment, you know. So when we performed after that, it was like we got a whole lot of love, and we realized like, oh, this is like something that, I mean, me personally, I realized that it was something that I wanted to grasp onto and kind of you know, take farther and hold that moment forever, you know what I mean? Because it was a good feeling, you know. There's people like really cheering me on and shit. I was like, wow, this is good.
Hell yeah.
This is nice, you know.
Hell yeah.
But you know, I just like now, I don't know. Now it's just like it's my life. It's the only thing I know.
Right.
Literally the only thing I know how to do. Like straight up fine dining and breathing.
There's a great saying, and it's as simple as make less announcements. And I feel like that's what you did, where you basically, you know, say it started as a hobby or whatever, you kept it behind closed doors, and you didn't really let people know that you were working on this and practicing this, basically. And I'm sure that talent show shocked a lot of people, especially your parents and whatnot. Like, what was your parents' reaction? We were like, wow. Like,
there's actually a video of it. You could hear my I think it's my sister or my mom, one of them. They're just like, oh my God, what the fuck? Yeah. You just hear like whisper in the fucking video. It's funny as hell. But yeah, nobody knew. It was just one of those things that I just did, you know?
Yeah.
But it was like my only release. It's like my therapy. It's like I'm not writing about, I mean, at certain points, like when I was making music with Rob and when I was younger, I was writing about some dumb shit. But like, you know, when I was doing it for myself before anybody really knew about it, it's mainly just like almost like a diary in a sense. You know what I mean? I'm just getting my shit out there.
Yeah.
And without having to talk to people, because I fucking hated talking to people.
Right.
So I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna write it all down and make songs, and if people want to like hear what I have to say, they could listen to the song.
Hell yeah.
You know, but nobody did.
At least you put it out there, and that was your therapy basically for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if like at the end of the day, whatever makes you happy, that's what's most important with that. So was there a certain style of rap you were going for at first? And if there was, did that evolve over the years into something different?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When I was younger, it was mainly just trying to like almost mimic like my favorite artists at the time, which were like Eminem and Tupac and fucking, you know, like whoever I was looking up to at the time. But from there, I mean, you could hear it in like a lot of my oldest songs. I just took a bunch of them down. I had like over like 200 songs on my SoundCloud.
Yeah.
From fucking like freshman year of high school up until now. So me and Wolf did a nice, cleanse and got rid of all that shit, because there's a lot of things in there we just, if we blow up and everything, we just don't want any of that shit
Sure.
coming back and haunting us,
Yeah, sure. Smart. That's smart.
But
But do you keep them in like your own file kind of deal?
I just put them on private. I didn't delete them.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But, yeah. So where was the question at? What
So like, your style of rapping in the beginning, which you were talking about,
so you
where
can
it's
hear
evolved
it
to.
though. If you listen back, a lot of it sounded like Eminem, and I got the comparison, and for my whole life, and I'll get it until I die, that I sound like Eminem. I'll get that comparison until the fucking death of me,
Yeah.
And it's, I always say this, I could literally sound like E40, and just based on the fact that I'm a white rapper, I'll be compared to Eminem, which is fine. It just is what it is. It's not a big deal, but it is something that I wanted to steer clear from, and it was something that I noticed, and I was like, okay, like, he's already the best at what he does. I need to fucking find a different route to go down, because I'll never have success going that route.
Right.
I see so many fucking white rappers that want to try to take the Eminem route and go and just steal his whole sound and try to be the angry fucking I hate my mom.
Yeah, right.
And it doesn't work for them, because you can only get so far. He did it the best that you can do it, and that's that.
Right.
So I had to find some other way to express myself without sounding like him. And that was the biggest challenge for me, because I was so comfortable with that. Was just the way that I wrote and the way that I was like used to fucking rapping and everything. It was just like, okay, I need to switch everything up now. So it took a few years to find that, And even now it still peeks through every now and then, but I'm kind of cautious of it. But yeah.
Okay.
I would say the sound definitely has evolved over the years. Even just the content, and like, we're not talking about just like killing people and shit. We're talking about real life stuff, not things that we don't do.
Right, right.
And yeah. So,
do you think a lot of like famous rappers nowadays rap about that kind of stuff because like it's almost like
because it sells?
Because it sells, and it's like, if it's not broke, don't try to fix it kind of deal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's because it sells. I mean, how many fucking artists I know, just from the perspective of somebody who works at a rehab, if any of those rappers did as much of the drugs as they claim to do, they would not be able to function and make music, period.
Right.
Like, there's no way around it. So a lot of those, a lot of the rappers out there right now, I don't even think that they do half the drugs that they rap about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't have their fucking... They don't have the cars, the money, the clothes, the bitches. They don't have any of that shit. It's all fake,
Right.
I mean, some of them got it. It's not like knocking people that are like really have it like that. But for the most part, I know people that are like in this town in Freehold who are claiming to be like big shots like that, and it's just like, you're not, dude. Like, you don't live that life. You've never lived that life. Don't act like you have to. And that's the biggest thing. A lot of the main thing with that is just having somebody in your corner to tell you to fucking stop.
True.
And that's the beauty that we have on OCD side, is like, if I hear one of my friends spitting some bullshit, I'm gonna fucking tell them to stop saying that. Like, I'm not gonna let them fucking put it out. Like,
right.
And I mean, at the end of the day, it's their song. But if I'm editing the song, I'm gonna do what I can to fucking have somebody change it.
Yeah.
I just don't like that. I don't like when people fucking lie about. There's one thing to like fabricate shit and make it sound cooler than what it is, because you have to do that, or else it's not entertaining. But fucking, there's a certain point where it's like, you're just completely lying, about your entire life. And I know people who want to who want to sound like Juice World and they want to be like sad boy rappers and singers and everything, but they've never had a girlfriend in their life. You know what I mean? And it's like, how are you about to sing about heartbreak when you've literally never gotten your heart broken?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, who the fuck are you? Like, I don't know. I just hate that shit.
I feel like that would be something hard to make anyway.
It doesn't sound authentic, and that's why it sounds bad. Well, you could tell. You could tell when it comes from the heart, and when something's like actually, like if you listen to Dan's song, the song Pigeon Man, not the whole album, but the actual single.
Yeah.
You could hear the fucking like the heart in that shit. Like, you know what I mean? He's like really singing about some fucking real shit, and like that's not something that you get from some like singing about a fake life that you don't live.
Right.
You know? So, but that'll sell and that'll get like farther.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that'll get you farther quicker, and
which is a shame.
What it is.
Which is a shame, kind of.
But then I look at people that are taking that route and they blow up and they get far and then they fucking fade away and everything, and that's not what I'm going for. So if it takes me and my friends and everybody, if it takes us a little bit longer and if we're at least staying real the whole time, I'd rather that than fucking taking the quick route up and then having to maintain this fucking false image that I'm some type of fucking somebody that I'm not, some big shot that I'm just not.
And that has to be tiring too.
Facts. Yeah. Could you imagine like somebody from Freehold blowing up pretending to be like a fucking like kingpin, and now they have to keep that image. You're not built like that. You don't have that in you. It just is what it is. It's just like, you got to be real. Be honest with yourself. Like
100%. I think I believe you guys are doing it right, and no matter how long it takes, I think it's really just to trust the process kind of deal. And like I said, I believe you guys are doing it right, and I feel like sure, like you said, you're gonna get a little somewhere with that fake kind of image kind of deal, but it's probably not gonna last. Yeah. And then where are you at that point? And then once you do start being real with yourself after all the fake stuff, it's like, whoa, I guess you were being fake, dude, with the rest of your stuff you've been making,
like, if I really wanted to. Like, if I didn't give a fuck about my life and I said, fuck it, I'm just going to go straight for it, and I wanted to do it, I could make it happen. Yeah. I can get the face tattoos, and I could paint my hair blue and just fucking, like, change my name to, like, Young Klonopin or something. And, rock on, and then you just sing about drugs and fucking shooting people and everything, and I'll blow up like that, and then I'll have a similar career to that dude's Stitches. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's just how it is. Fuck that.
Yeah, 100%.
Young Klonopin.
Yeah, Young Klon. I got cracked up at that. That's a good one. Okay. So your name, Cinoevil. Yeah. I see what you did there with your last name. Yeah. Part of your last name with it, but Cinoevil. Explain the meaning behind the name.
Well, honestly, like, it originated from like one of my teachers when I was younger. He was doing fucking attendance, and the movie Cinoevil with Kane from fucking WWE had just came out. Yeah. And I was a big WWE fan, and he knew that, so like he was like reading off the names, and he was like, Steven, man, Cinoevil, like, and he just said, like, I forgot exactly how he said it, and I was like, oh, I fuck with that, Yeah. And then I kind of just like had that in the back of my head, and like I was like, oh, I wrote it down, and I kind of just tucked it,
Hell yeah.
But the actual meaning behind it, I'd love to sit here and lie to you and tell you that there's some deep fucking meaning, but that's really it. Yeah. That's it. It's just that.
That's cool. Yeah. So that was a teacher that said that, or like a substitute teacher?
Yeah, it was my fourth grade teacher, Mr. Siri. He was my math teacher.
Okay.
And Erickson when we were younger.
Okay. I didn't go to Erickson. I was West Freehold.
Okay.
But did you tell your teacher that that's the name that you went with?
No, that was his last year.
Oh, that was his last year.
I don't know what the fuck happened to him after that. Like, I got my name from him, and then I never saw him again.
Yeah, you'll make it big one day, and then he'll see you, and it'll be like, that son of a bitch. Like,
Yeah,
he took that
could you
date.
imagine?
Yeah, right?
Get sued or some shit.
So, I'll start off by asking this before getting into, like, the main question of it. What was the first song you released, and when? The song that you would say that you took the most serious.
Song that I took the most serious. I'm gonna have to look back.
Yeah.
Let me check, because there's a lot. Like I just said, there was like over 200 songs that we had.
Which I find
that we had
crazy.
That's just 200 that we deleted. You know?
Wow. Yeah.
There's still ones that we kept up and everything too. Like, these are all just songs.
Wow.
It goes back. So this one, I got my heart broken for real in like fucking 8th grade. I dropped the song. It was a remix to Listen to Your Heart.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like some hip hop remix. That was the first one I put out that was like somewhat serious. I had dropped a lot of shit on fucking like YouTube when I was younger that wasn't, I wouldn't say it wasn't, it was serious, but it wasn't meaningful, if it made, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was like I was serious about the song, but like there was no actual meaning behind it. It was just me spitting bars.
Okay, right.
You know? But I did this one track with Vero and Angela Confusion about fucking probably my freshman or sophomore year in high school, and that was like when we put that out. We took that down now, but when we put that out originally, that was about one of my friends who had committed suicide, and like I wrote about that whole shit, and I put it out there. And this is when I kind of knew that I wanted to take it a little more seriously, because when we put that out, I had gotten some feedback from this kid that I didn't really talk to from school, and he was like, oh, like I was thinking about fucking killing myself and like all this shit, and like he went into this whole details, and he was like, yeah, I listened to your song, and it helped me, so thank you and everything. I was like, wow, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It was like crazy, And
Yeah.
I'm like, here I am, like that's a lot to take in, that something that I said in me just trying to release my own feelings helped somebody else,
Of course.
and that's kind of what I wanted to capture too from there. So I figured if I just kind of continue doing that, stay real, and like it'll be easier to touch people's hearts, and fucking you'll get the longevity as opposed to just the fucking
100%.
fame for today, and then nobody remembers who the fuck you are.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
Do you know Gary V?
Gary V? Yeah, the inspirational dude.
Inspirational dude. He said in one of his videos, pick up your phone, turn on the camera, and say something and post it. Like, it could be one person.
Mm-hmm.
It could mean something to them. You could connect with one person. I mean,
Yeah.
how you did connecting with that guy or girl, that's amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing. That's a big connection right there. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. It could be the smallest group of people, but you would still be connecting with them somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, like, while we're on that topic, it's fucking crazy that you mentioned that, because I saw somebody on Instagram. It was like on Joe Gatto's page from fucking Impractical Jokers.
Oh yeah.
He had posted something, like some guy posting some like inspirational shit about, speaking about suicide awareness and everything, and I had liked it, and I, wound up reaching out to the guy, and I was like, hey, nice video, blah, 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 and we wound up talking, and he's the costume designer for the Impractical Jokers.
Oh.
And so now we're like boys.
That's cool.
So I've been talking to him, past few, probably a couple weeks, and nice dude,
Yeah.
good connection, you never know. And so we're trying to pull the trigger on fucking trying to get one of the Impractical Jokers in a video.
That would be
because I had
sick.
mentioned Joe Gatto's name in one of my songs, and we're doing a video for it soon, and it's gonna be a funny video. So I'm like, oh, it would be fucking great if we can get him in it. You know, that would be like the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
But, you know, so.
Hell yeah, that would be sick.
Hopefully we can make something happen, and now we have that connection. But that's all because of somebody had posted something on fucking Instagram, like you were saying. You know? So you never know what can reach somebody or what can help people.
Absolutely.
You know.
Yeah.
So.
Do you not want to give it away? But what's the song that you're making the music video for?
It's called You're Gonna Pay For It. So that's off of Wounded Healer.
Okay.
But the video is gonna be fucking nuts, dude. There's gonna be a lot of people really mad at me about the video. It's a very controversial thing. I can't give it away.
Yeah,
yet,
I don't want you to give it away.
It's gonna when we make it happen, it's gonna be filmed by Christian Klein at Film Zoo Media. He's the guy that did me and Dole's Nervous video. I don't know if you saw that. Yeah. But it's gonna be like a real cinematic shot, and it's gonna be something crazy.
Awesome.
That's why we're really trying to lock in and get Joe Gatto for it, because if we can, that's it.
Hell yeah.
You know, it'll be over.
Hell yeah.
I'll tell you about it when the camera's over. But it's gonna be nuts, dude.
I really hope that works out for you guys with that. Yeah, that would be so sick.
So.
When you decide that you want to make a music video for one of your songs, what's that process like? Is it just because like it's a song that you really enjoy, or you know that there's a video for that song that would just go really well with it, and maybe even a story to it?
There's like 3 reasons for it. 1, it could be that I really just enjoy the song and I think that it just deserves a video.
Yeah.
2, it could just be that, like, you know, I'm not expressing, you're not like, there's certain songs where I feel like you need a video to kind of really grasp what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Like, you need some visuals behind it. So, you know, that's kind of it.
Yeah.
You know, for the most part.
The music video that you just filmed with Danny, Paperboy.
Yeah.
You filmed that pretty recently, and it just came out as well.
Yeah.
I thought you guys went all out for that as well. I thought you did a great job with that.
Crazy.
You rented out that truck?
Bro, that truck was fucking, the way that we got it was fucking insane. So, we were looking for a truck for months, dude. Like, literally, like, we had this whole... Danny is, like, a very, very tedious, like, organized man, you know? So he had this whole fucking video planned out by the second, you know, from the doors. So he knew exactly what he wanted to do. So we were pretty much just working the past couple months to get the props together. And so we already... The video was good, you know, and because of COVID, it delayed some shit. But we could not find a truck for the life of us. And then we wound up... I was driving one day, and I saw in Howell, at the gas station across from Home Depot, there was a truck there, and it was for sale. And it was a old U-Haul truck, and it was fucking... You know, there was, like, nothing on it. So I asked the guy if we can, you know...
Like, rent it out?
Yeah. And he, you know, he made some shit happen. He pulled some strings and fucking, you know, let us rent it for the day.
Hell yeah.
Or let us take it to the mechanic for the day.
Right.
You know, but he knew what was good.
Yeah.
And, you know, he hooked us up. So we fucking banged out that video. That was crazy, though. We were driving around with the back open, and the camera guy was following us on a skateboard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so, like, he's, like, following us while my boy Maz is driving the truck. Me and Danny are in the back while it's fucking going around the block, and the kid's behind us, like, trying to fucking keep up in the skateboard and keep the camera steady and everything. It was fucking crazy, dude.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah.
What I'm picturing is that he was holding on to a string and a camera, like the string was attached to the actual truck.
No,
and he was
nothing,
going on.
Nothing.
There was nothing. He was just pushing along.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It wasn't even a fucking longboard or anything. Skateboard. He was just like on an actual skateboard. It was like,
which is harder than a longboard. Yeah.
Exactly. The guy was fucking nuts.
Wow. Very cool.
Killed it. But yeah, Paperboy, the video is I love it. I think that it came out perfect. I think that especially like for what he wanted to do, you know, knowing his idea, it came out very like by the blueprint.
Right.
So
awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Now, your music videos, you said you have that one coming out. You're going to start working on that one soon. Yeah. What other ones do you have out? You did mention another one. Did you say it was for Wounded?
No. So, for Nervous.
Oh, for Nervous,
so
yeah.
That's right now the only video that I have out it's just like, you know, nothing too serious. It's just like a regular video for Darling. But, that's the only one that I have out right now. I'm working on, I want to make sure that they're done right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And especially because Christian is so good at, like, what he does, you know, and, like, he makes really professional videos, you know. We made Nervous in his garage with, like, nothing. You know, he had, like, the proper lighting and just a sick camera fucking angles, and
yeah,
he, you know, with somebody like him on our team, it's like now we have so many more opportunities open to really like body like fucking sick videos. Like he's insane, and he's got connections with like video effects people that like can do some crazy shit with like with CGI and everything. So
yeah,
I'm trying to like really lock in on the video and make sure that like everything is perfect, because at this point, if I'm going to be shelling out the money for it, I don't want another regular rap video where it's just me in front of a car and 30 of people that behind me that I don't really even fuck with.
Right.
So like it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Gotcha.
So that's pretty much it right now. We're kind of just working on locking in on all the videos, so I don't really have any videos out right now.
Okay,
but
gotcha.
They're coming for sure.
They're coming, yeah.
You know.
Awesome.
But yeah.
Do you think COVID is helping or hurting your process in making these videos
COVID's
and even the song?
Everything up, dude.
Yeah, it is fucking everything up.
COVID has fucked this whole year up. We had I'm real cool with a bunch of dudes out in Asbury who rap, and you know, this clothing brand that my boy Dustin runs is called Vengeance, like Vengeance Supply, and he runs shows out in Asbury. So that's like he runs like rap shows for us, but like he pushes his brand while he does it. It's like kind of like hand in hand.
Sure.
But we had shows lined up for the whole year, ready to go, and COVID has completely shit on everything. So we couldn't do shows. So I released 2 albums and I haven't performed one song off any of them, you know. So it's kind of a bitch.
Yeah.
But COVID has definitely, yeah, it's just ruined. It's ruined music videos, because now anybody that would have been like kind of nice and like helped us out is like gonna think twice about it.
Yeah.
You know, like if we need to film in a certain location, like, you know, Dan's trying to get a roof. He's trying to get on somebody's roof, like and it's so hard to, like, a building.
Yeah.
And it's hard to find somebody that's gonna let you in now, because everybody's like, oh, you know, fucking COVID
and everything.
You know,
right.
How do I know that you don't have COVID?
Yeah. Right.
So it's definitely, with the locations and everything, it's ruining shit. But people are making it work. When you're creative and shit, like, you have a creative mind, you can make it work with anything.
You figure out a way. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people. That's why Christian's great, though, because he's got the creative mind for the videos and everything. But a lot of dudes, they're just guys with cameras and gimbals, and they fucking can. That's it, you know?
Yeah.
And they don't really have a eye for it, so for them it's probably fucking them, but, you know.
True. You were talking about shows just before. Where have you performed before COVID hit?
You know, we did a lot of shows at the Saint in Asbury, like, Vengeance was setting those up pretty much. I did Dingbats up fucking up north. Me and Danny did SOBs in Brooklyn, but other than that, nowhere really notable other than, like, you know, just regular freehold areas and shit.
Right.
You know, local shows and open mics and things like that, but never anything, like, huge, you know, like PNC or...
Oh, right. Well, that's a question I'm going to ask you towards the end, like, where you would like to. But, yeah, that's basically what I was talking about, like, the smaller, like, venues and whatnot that you have been performing at. Still on the topic of those smaller venues and whatnot, are you keeping your eye on certain places, like, once you're finally able to start performing places again? Because I'm sure you're anxious to, like, start performing a lot of these new songs too, right?
Yeah, I mean, definitely anxious to perform those songs. I'm anxious to perform Nervous. I'm ready to perform that because that alone is just fucking this. Once that shit hits, it just fucking smacks you in the face. I don't know. The way Dole's saying that just needs to be done live, you know, and I know he could do it live, and it's just fucking crazy, dude. Like, so I don't really have anywhere in particular that I want to perform at, other than, like, at this point I'll perform at fucking anywhere, at Chuck E. Cheese if they let me, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just over it, dude.
Yeah,
it's hell.
What's your favorite part of the music making process? Going from songwriting, finding beats, songwriting, actually recording the track. What would you say is your favorite part of it all?
I like seeing my friends' reactions to it. Like, fuck everything else. Like, I like playing a song that I know is fire.
Yeah.
For one of my friends that I know is not gonna lie to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like seeing their reaction to it. That's what I do it for. Like, when I write bars, like I'm doing it to impress them, you know?
Yeah.
Because that's my competition. It's always a friendly competition with us.
Right.
It's just like back and forth, like who can fucking, you know, we just, it's like hot potato at this point, you know?
Right.
We're just passing fucking the crown around. It's crazy.
So it's really just like that reception that you get back.
Yeah, that's my favorite part. It's just like, not even the reception, it's just like knowing that I guess the reception, knowing that I impressed my friends, you know?
100%.
Like, that's just shit, like, because I know in those, like, there's moments where, like, I'll sit down and listen to Wolf, like, spitting, like, something that he just wrote, and I'm like, damn, dude, like, I really gotta just quit now. You know? Like, this guy, like, you know, like, he'll say some shit, and I'm like, how did I never think of that, you know?
Right.
And that's the shit that, like, I want to do to my friends, you know? So, like, that's my favorite part of the whole process. That's why I like having a group.
Right.
You know?
Have you collabed with anyone outside of your group? And I'm talking about, like, other featured rappers on, like, your songs and whatnot. Have you done that with people outside of your group?
Yeah, I did this one track, Birds of a Feather, that was produced by Danny, but it had Mir Fontaine on it. He's a rapper from Camden. He's, like, kind of, like, popping right now.
Oh, okay. Gotta look him up.
And I did this other track with Shotgun Suge. I don't know if you know who that is. He's he's a battle rapper from Newark, but he's also, like, pretty big. And then I did this other track with, you know, Anthony Ragusa?
Yeah.
So I did a track with him. He's on our team. And this dude, Ren Thomas, who was on, like, I forgot what show it was. It was, like, on Rick Ross's show. It was, like, something that he did. But, you know, he was from Elizabeth. It's like, I wanted to just keep it all in Jersey.
Yeah.
So, like, my features, unless it's somebody crazy, like, I have a track that I'm waiting it's ready. It's fucking, I'm just waiting on the release date for it. It's I'm featured in it. It's Hell Rel and ASAP Ferg. So it's
really,
like, it's like a pretty big deal, you know?
Yeah,
so
it's a big deal.
I'm just waiting on the release for that because that's gonna fucking boost everything, you know. But Hell Rel said it should drop before fucking Thanksgiving, but who knows at this point? You know what I mean? It's been
we are pretty close to
we're
Thanksgiving.
Close, so I don't think it's gonna happen. It's been pushed back like a few times. That's why I'm not like hyping it up too much because I'm like, I'm almost over it at this point, but it is out. I do have it. you know, it's done. But so Yeah.
Wow. That's exciting. That's really exciting for you. Hell yeah, man. That's awesome.
And I also work with like all the dudes like I was saying out in Asbury, like Bump Tunes. I'm wearing his hoodie right now.
Mm-hmm.
I was featured on his album actually. This is the hoodie from his album. My name's right here.
Oh, sick.
But and this dude Mike Jackson, and not to get confused with Michael Jackson.
Yeah, right.
But Mike is nasty. We're about to be doing a 7-song like EP together.
Is he from Free? Did he go to Township?
No.
Oh no. Okay.
I know who you're talking
yeah,
about.
I was like,
the same guy.
no way. I was like, okay, yeah.
No. So he's out in, I don't know where he's living at now, but regardless, we're about to be cooking up some crazy shit with him.
Cool.
And this dude Perp that I've been fucking with for a little bit, Jersey Perp. He's he's somebody that I frequently make music with and everything. So. I try to I'm down to work with anybody as long as they're like somewhat dope,
Yeah, 100%.
I hate fucking working with shitty artists. That's why I don't that's why I need a manager, because I don't charge for features because of shitty artists. Because I don't want a shitty artist to hit me up and be like, dude, I want a feature from you, and because he paid for it, I have to drop a verse on his shitty track.
Yeah,
I'd rather
right.
not even, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, that's understandable. But that's a long list of names that you work with, which is awesome.
Yeah.
It's all about the connections, right?
Yeah, it's something. You
Yeah,
know?
definitely. I gotta ask, and you don't have to answer if you don't want to. Like, how did you get in touch with ASAP Ferg with that to be able to get you on that track?
The guy from Vengeance, Dustin, that I was telling you about, he had reached out to Hell Rel when we were making my first album, because he was like hand in hand with me on getting features. So pretty much he was the guy that was reaching out to everybody and trying to get the ball rolling. So he hit up Hell Rel to try to get on one of my tracks, and Hell Rel wound up coming back to him and telling him that he has a track with ASAP Ferg that has an open verse on it. If I wanted to get on that instead, he's like, oh, this will fucking help boost him instead. It'll, be better for him. So we kind of just said, fuck yeah. What I mean? Anybody with their right mind would have been like, fuck yeah.
Right, right.
It's like ASAP Ferg feature. That's crazy. But, so yeah, that's pretty much just how that came about. So right now we're just waiting on it,
Yeah.
But... yeah.
Okay. All right. So, what's next for you? Basically, where do you see yourself or want to be at in the next 5 years? Do you want to have 5 more albums out? Do you want to be going on tour maybe or something like that?
Yeah.
What's your plans for the future?
Well, I definitely want to go on tour. I've been talking to I've been trying to, figure that out with Foreign from 1012 Entertainment with Nate and Nate Taylor, Nate Olson or
no.
Yeah,
no.
So with either way, they're out from Freehold too, and they were talking about doing tours. So I've been, I would like to figure something out with them and maybe go on tour with my team and theirs and just kind of see what we can do with that in the future, but. 5 years, man. I don't know. 5 years. Hopefully out of my mom's house. I mean, I'll definitely have more than 5 albums out. That's for sure.
Because you got these 2 done fairly
I have these
quickly.
2 done. I have an OCD album coming out that we're going to be putting with everybody
featuring
on the team.
Everyone on there.
Yeah, it's
awesome.
it's not just we're putting that on a separate page. It's gonna be almost structured similar to a Wu-Tang album. You know what I mean? So we're all just all over that fucking shit.
Okay.
So we have that coming out. I have this other shit that I'm working, like I just said, with Mike. So me and him are gonna be doing a project together. I have a old school hip hop project that I'm working on. And then I just have this other one called Please Stand By that's pretty much almost done. And I want to release that in January if I can. So there's a fuck ton of I just got to keep working because I fell off, man. For from like 2016 to like 2018, I wasn't really making any music for the most part.
Was it just because you've been too busy with work and stuff? I was living out in
Long Branch. I was living in a halfway house out in Long Branch, and it was just fucking like there was nowhere for me to record. Wolf came by once when he was in the Navy, and like he recorded in the closet in a 5-man room that I was living in. But that's like I never want to get to that point again, because that was like the lowest point in my life where I wasn't making. That was like the first time in my life in a long time that I wasn't making any music. You know. So it bugged me out. So once I got my fucking flow back, I'm like so afraid to lose it now that like once I was done with the last album and say, okay, what's next? Got to keep fucking going, and I
keep that flow and wave going.
Yeah, and I try to get everybody on board with that, because I feel like that's the only way to kind of make shit happen right now. Yeah, because we can't do shows, we can't do anything. It's all online, so we have to produce music. We need to make content.
Yeah. Okay. So hopefully it happens, but I want to do like a little festival at my house.
Oh shit.
And it was supposed to happen last summer, but it didn't really work out. I didn't plan it all right, but I basically want to have a whole bunch of local artists and everything come. Local artists as in rappers, singers, DJs, basically all of it. And I would love to have you guys from OCD to come in and perform and shit like that too. Yeah, I feel like it would be a sick time. To get more like exposure and shit like too, and just to have fun and like perform and shit and listen to everyone else. Yeah. It's
a good time.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd totally be down for it.
Hell yeah. I most of the guests for the Spotlight episodes that I've been bringing up to, obviously we got to get along and stuff like that, but like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I would love for you and Zach and Samanti. I don't really know anyone else from OCD really that much, but
yeah, I mean Rags.
Rags, I know he was on my bus going. Yeah, because I don't know if he's still there, but he was in Wyndham as well.
Okay, yeah. I don't think he's. I mean, I think he's still there, but I don't think he's living there currently.
Okay, yeah. So that's how I kind of knew him, but yeah, man, more the merrier. I would love for something for that to happen.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
I'd totally be down for it.
Hell yeah. All right, to close it off, I got some speed round questions for you.
Jesus. All right.
Okay, so I have 6 questions, 5 seconds or less to answer.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
Oh, God.
Are we ready?
I think so.
Okay. Number 1. PS5 or the Xbox Series X?
PS5.
PS5, baby. That's right. Alcohol or marijuana?
Marijuana.
All right. Top 5 rappers of all time?
Ooh, fuck. Nas, Tupac, oh, no. Oh, no. This is terrible.
Extended time?
Yeah, this is not good. Of all time. Oh, man. Jadakiss. So it's Nas, Tupac, Jadakiss.
This always stumps everybody.
Oh, man.
It's a hard one.
This is fucked. I don't even know. I don't know.
It's all right. You want to leave the other 2 up in there?
Yeah, just leave the other 2. I don't know.
Okay. All right. If you were to perform at a big-time show or festival, where would it be?
Rolling Loud.
Rolling Loud.
Yeah.
Good choice. Favorite movie to watch?
Law Abiding Citizen.
Law Abiding Citizen. I don't know if I've ever seen that one. Who's that with?
It's with Jamie Foxx and Gerard Butler.
Okay. I like both of them.
Yeah, it's fire.
Okay.
Shit.
Might have to check it out.
There's this one scene where the guy gets murdered with his T-bone steak, and it's fucking sick.
Shit.
It's like my favorite thing in the world.
That's wild. And last but not least, well, it is the last one. Favorite TV show to watch?
Family Guy.
Family Guy.
Yeah, for sure.
Where do you watch Family Guy on now? Hulu?
Yeah.
Hulu, yeah, because they took it off Netflix a while back.
Yeah, fuck Netflix.
Yeah, dude. Netflix has been taking out a lot of key things. Like they just took
Netflix
off Parks and
sucks,
Rec.
dude. Yeah, they suck now.
Yeah, they took off Parks and Rec. I wasn't happy about. I heard they're taking off The Office as well.
Yeah, they're only good for their original series now.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, like fucking Tiger King and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. They're taking because like all the, you know, what do you call it? The fucking other networks are.
Everyone and their mother has their own streaming
their
service
own
now.
so
Yeah, exactly.
People are just gonna wind up going right back to a similar thing to cable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's gonna wind up turning right back to square one.
Yeah.
But
it's funny you say that. Did you hear that Netflix is trying to do a channel thing where it's basically, well, not like channels, but it'll be like the Netflix channel, and they'll have time slots, and in those time slots will be different episodes of their original shows and whatnot. So it'll be like You from 2 to 3 o'clock, then from 3 to 4 it'll be another show or something like that.
I guess like it's bound to happen, but like,
yeah,
it's unnecessary.
I think it's
Fuck
unnecessarily
Netflix.
too.
I'm so mad at Netflix.
Yeah. All right, man. I want to thank you for coming on. I had a great time talking with you.
Yeah, for sure.
And let's definitely do this again sometime, maybe with a different topic in mind. If you have any ideas, or I'll come up with an idea, I think we should definitely do this again.
Absolutely.
Hell
I'm
yeah,
totally
my
down
man.
for it. Maybe one day we'll bring up the other members of the
Yes.
you know, of the team. So
Hell yeah.
I'd like to get something going one day. Like if you're about it, some type of freestyle thing going.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like me and like maybe Danny and like Rags and a few of us, like really, because we've been talking about like a cipher for a while. So I think if we did some type of setup where we all just like fucking
Hell yeah.
around the table just
Oh,
spit
dude,
bars, you know what
I am
This
so
shit would be
about that.
crazy,
So about that.
You know?
Hell yeah. All right,
So-
maybe that's something it could be like a hot take special kind of deal
Yeah,
with the
something,
OCD
you know what I
crew.
mean?
Yeah, I think that would be sick.
Yeah, I think so too.
Awesome. Before we go, where could they find you on Instagram? Where could they find your music, most importantly?
Cinoevil Music on all platforms. That's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, the whole nine. And then it's just regular Cinoevil, Cinoevil.
Cool.
Everywhere, you know.
All right. And all that information will also be in the description below as well. I want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you again, Steve, for being on. I want to thank my cameraman, as always, Joe Critelli, who's back there. And, yeah, if you like this episode, make sure to like, subscribe, and share. And also follow us on Instagram at Podcast with Frank. We'll be putting clips of the podcast on there for you guys to see and check out. And until our 54th episode, see you later.
Like, it was hitting more with the pandemic.
Yes.
Because the pandemic, it was just like, I even lowered the price, and then it was just like, follow, subscribers. Like, I was getting tons of subscribers. So the highest I ever made people pay was $20. So it's like every subscriber was $20. But then OnlyFans, they charge a fee. So it was like, I think they take like $3 or $2 off. Mm-hmm. So I will be getting like $18, like every subscriber.
Okay.
But then I lowered it because it was just like the pandemic happened, and I realized like the more you lower it, the more people's gonna get into it. And then it's like, once I seen that my subscribers was already like high, I locked in a price, like then I'll put it to 20. So then I'll lower it to 10, then I'll put it to 20 again, then put it 15. Like I will adjust it always through $10 to $20. That's when I'll promote on social media saying that it will be a sale to go like subscribe.
Yeah.
And then when I see like the subscribers coming in, then like a few days later when I see like I'm not getting the subscribers, usually I'll put it back to 20.